Hi, I'm Wade Fields. I'm known as the Pay It Forward affiliate, and welcome to my channel. And today we are reviewing from Failure to Freedom's channel his training series. We are on day 3. So I've really enjoyed the first couple of days. He's very good at explaining. He just gives back a ton, and I'm just super impressed with the work that he's doing. I love it because he's raw and real. Makes mistakes sometimes. He's like, "Hold on, guys, I'll be right back," and then he jumps back in and he gets you some really rocking training again. If you are someone that doesn't want to hear recaps or things like that, you can go ahead and skip the first 4 minutes of that training. I think actually the true training starts around minute 10. So if you really just want to cut it all out, jump to that space. For the rest of this video, we are going to be inside of my computer, so let's head over there.
Okay, so getting into the meat of today, you can see that he wants us to go into GetResponse and create an account. So I already had a GetResponse account, so I already logged into that. So as he's giving his training, one of the things that he does is he wants us to connect our funnel to the autoresponder. In order to do that, you need something called an API key. So you can get that wrong area. You can get the API key by going to Tools. You go to Integrations and API, and then click on API. And then you can see I've created this already. Usually we just hit Generate API Key, you put the name in, and then away you go. So the small issue that I found here is that I was a free member of GetResponse. When I tried to get the API key, I had to sign up. I had to actually, it's a feature that was necessary. The feature was required for an upgrade of some kind. So you're going to have to do the upgrade. You can choose to do annually, in which it is $15 a month approximately. Or you can do monthly, which is $20 a month. Because I'm trying to keep costs low on this one, I'm just doing $20 a month. So I signed up for that, generated my API key. Now we go back into our funnel, jeez, and we have to add that in. So he shows you how to do that, and you can see that there's this, you go into Applications, and in the Settings area, you're going to add that API key. So just a small little change that needs to be done there as well, right? So now you would think that once you have your API key that everything's connected correctly. And in some cases that would be true, but in this particular case you actually have to connect. So what we did is we connected GetResponse, the mailing system, to our funnel, but we have to create a list within GetResponse. So if you go to here, you would go in and create email marketing. Oh, that's a newsletter. I apologize, that's not accurate. So you would go in and go into Contacts, and then you'd create a list. And so you could do that. You create a list, you put your name in, and hit click Create. You see I did that yesterday. This is what he has it as. This is when I did this earlier. This is what he has it as. So that's all good to go to. So you have to create this. Now what we have to do is connect this list to our funnel. So in order to do that, you have to go here, you left click, and he shows you this. It's all, he actually does a really nice job with all this. So when you left click and you go into Settings, remember last time we set this up here, right? And now we have to go into the GetResponse settings because we need to connect. So this, when you see it, it'll be unchecked. So you check it, you hit confirm, and you are good to go. So let me set up my next part of this training, and I'll be right back. Okay, so like I said, we connected GetResponse to our funnel. We connected our GetResponse list to our funnel as well. So the next thing we need to do is test this. So one thing I want to make sure you guys understand is John's actually really good at explaining this. He gets a little off course here and there, but overall, he's doing a good job with this. So I have all these connected, and I think the next thing that we want to do is test it. So I've gone ahead and brought up my funnel here. So I'm just going to type in my name. I have an account that I just use for testing purposes. All right, so you can see it connected. Everything looks good. Oh, I found out this was just because I had a cookie and it didn't refresh. If I click I want in, it takes me to the page, right? So we're in a good spot. Like everything looks like it's working. Now we need to jump over to the, I'm doing this a little early actually because this already set up the autoresponders, but so you can see here I got this tested. This is the email that I just got in, wade@wade25biz.com. So everything's working appropriately. I jumped the gun though because we need to actually put emails into our campaign in order to do that. So in order to do that, he does an excellent job of teaching you how to do this. So I'm going to walk through one of these. He walks through a bunch of them, but basically in our affiliate zone, if you go to section step 3D and you go to this click here for 5 emails specific, what it's going to open up is this document, and you're going to follow his instructions, pretty easy to do, and create these five emails. Now, one of the things he does say is that we want to get up to like 30 emails, so I figured it would be kind of fun to use the AI and see if we can get an email created using AI today. All of the ones that we did are the fact that the 5 that was created through the Home Business Academy are all in one business. So this is the, let's see, online. Let's see what it's online marketing. That's the space we're in. Key points you'd like to highlight. Simple, fast results, low cost, gives back to the community, right? Because they give money back to help people in need. And let's see if that is enough to create that. I want it to sound friendly. I'm a more friendly writer. We're going to do text only and just the default palette. We're not going to do anything special with this. We're just going to generate and see what happens. So it takes a second to think, which I find interesting. One of the things we're going to need to do is put in our affiliate link. So we go back to our affiliate cart. We're going to use this the typical one that now when you're setting up these get response emails, you're actually going to be using different ones, so be careful with that. Again, he does a good job showing you that, so I'm not going to go into that today. Okay, so boost your business impact. Hey there! Fast-paced world, quick and easy solution. That's why our online marketing strategy is designed to deliver simple, fast results at a low cost. I don't know. Let's compare it to this. Let's see. Let's go to the 4th one. There's no better all-in-one business offer. All the tools to automate it. All the personal help you need to build it. $12,000 of goodies. $25. Yeah, so there's some things with AI that really bug me. And so again, it gives you the ability to kind of give you a starting place. But like this, join us in making a difference while achieving your marketing goals. That is not how I've ever seen an actual email that anybody has ever sent. Writes it, and that's part of the problem. Let's work together to achieve great results and give back at the same time. This I could actually do. I wouldn't write it like that. I would change that a little bit. But the point is that it gives you a foundation. I mentioned this with AI last time. Don't just take AI's writing verbatim. You should never do that. If you do not believe that you can come up with a concept, use AI to help you create. It isn't there to create because you need to end up putting it in your voice. If you teach ChatGPT your voice well enough, you can send it submissions or other things and say, write this in my voice. Write this like you are me, Wade. Then it can help. But this isn't good enough for me. I don't want to do this. So I'm just gonna save and exit, and I'm gonna delete that. Right. So I definitely don't save, draft, and exit. I don't want that one. So the one last thing that I want to talk about that wasn't discussed is the email that I set up in Namecheap. Now, if you remember, I got the feature that I was going to be able to have a mail hosting area service. That became incredibly important in this particular training, and it's not something that he covered in this training. Hopefully he covers it in a different one, because when you log into GetResponse, you're going to see this: authenticate your domain to avoid bouncing or spam issues, right? And like I said, in February, they're changing the rules around email addresses. So Gmail addresses, Yahoo addresses, those are going to be much more difficult to use those for marketing purposes. So you can click on this authenticate your domain, and so you can see that I actually already took the time to get my my record authenticated, but you can also see that I had some other emails, like just my typical emails. They're at risk, right, of not being able to be used. And so I would have to add a domain to them. And then you go through this whole process, right? You'd have to connect an existing domain, or you'd have to buy a domain from them, from GetResponse. You could buy it from anywhere. You could go back to Namecheap. Then you have to go in and update these records. So you actually have to take this information, which is a DMARC record. It tells you explicitly how to do it. So you go to your DNS like we did before. So we go into our advanced DNS, we add a record, and you can see I've added 2 text records here. These are the information that GetResponse needed to validate my my account, right? So there's the DKIM, got that in there. I added the DMARC record, so you can see it's DKIM authenticated. So this is good to go. That's why I suggest that you actually get an account with an email account with Namecheap. It's not very expensive. I think it's like maybe $10 or another $15 for the year. You're not going to use it. You'll be sending emails from that email. On occasion, somebody might respond to you, but generally speaking, with this type of work, they're not going to. So that is the last thing that I think you really need to be take into consideration when you're setting this up, is getting that authentication done and going through Namecheap to get your email address. And it looks more professional. I mean, like Wade25biz.com is better than at Gmail. It just looks more authentic. Looks just like a better thing. He also talks about warming up your email. It says he doesn't want to do that. There are services out there if you want to. All it does is basically start sending your email to, and gives it more authenticity as an established email address. Those services run about $25 a month as well, right? So Not going to do that. If you're sending thousands of emails a day, then you want to do that. But with the volume that I think we're going to be at to start off with, I don't think you need to do that. So the technical stuff is done. Go through the steps that he talks through to set up the autoresponders. The reason why this becomes important, again, is because if I go into my email that I'm creating, right? So I take, let's walk through real quick. You take this, you put it here. You leave this timing the same. We're going to leave them the same for all 5 days. This is the from email and reply to email addresses. This is where you have to add another email address. This is where you're going to add this in. And then once it's validated, right? So you have to go validate that it's an existing email address. It's legit. Then you can use it to send emails through. So you need to have that DKIM authenticated email address. Then you just take the subject line, grab it, and then in order to create content, he said use a blank template. I totally agree with that. Then there was some nice things he did here. He was like, make this 16 point. It's a little more legible, a little more easy to read. Replace the language that's there, like just little tweaks here and there. Just follow what he says and it works out really well. Then when you're done, it'll just give you this one last thing, and then you just hit, in this case, you would hit publish, and I just hit update. So a little complicated, right? But just follow the directions, pause if you need to, ask questions. You can ask questions to me. I've done this quite a bit. So put a comment in if you get lost. I don't have a problem with that. Please, I will help you. But after you're done, take a deep breath, smile. Make sure you hit save all the time. Save early, save it, done. Because most of the technical stuff at this point is complete. You've created your funnel. You've created, you've set up your autoresponder. You've linked the two together. You have done your authentication for your email address, and you've created 5 emails at this point that allow you to be able to send to prospective people that get into your funnel. So give yourself a big round of applause. Yes. The rest of his video is really around just doing those get response emails. So once you're past like the 30-minute mark or so and you've seen it done once, doesn't go into too much more detail other than just continuing to do those. So that's it. I'll see you back in the studio. All right, guys. See ya.
Okay, so that wraps it up today. Give yourself a huge congratulations, because a lot of people just get stuck in the tech stuff and they get so stuck in it that they never make any progress. So if you have been following along with me or following along with John, who I'm following along with, you have now everything you need to really get going. It's pretty impressive. I'm really excited about this. And I just want to say thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey. We're going to see if it works, right? And that is the proof that we need to know. We don't want always someone that's done it and like has exceeded in doing it. This new fresh perspective, I hope, is going to be helpful for you. If you like what I'm putting together, please consider subscribing, commenting, and following along on this journey. It's been super fun to make so far, and I will continue. I will see you tomorrow with day 4. Have a great day, everybody. It's National Compliment Day, so I think all of you are beautiful and wonderful just as you are. Have a good one.